Alright guys, imagine this, you open Ableton and in the next 10 minutes you've got a drum groove that sounds like something you'd hear on Hot Creations, Defected, you name it, but it's still you, unique, fresh, instantly recognisable. That's exactly what you're going to get from this video. By the end, you'll know how to use Drum Monkey to build industry-ready drums in minutes, and how to actually put your own signature twist on them so you never sound generic again. This lesson is short, it's actionable, and if you just follow along with me step by step, you'll have your next banger built out today, literally with ease. The biggest mistake I see producers making is using drum loops straight out of packs or plugins, which means that your track sounds like everyone else's. But what I'm about to show you flips that. You'll learn not just how to use Drum Monkey to create pro quality grooves fast, but how to make them yours so A&Rs and labels actually stop scrolling and say, who's this? So let's dive in and I'll show you how it's done. So first up, you need to download the Drum Monkey plugin. It is a purchase plugin, but honestly, when you've got creativity block, it is a game changer. So if I just drag that plugin onto here, it's gonna drag it into a MIDI channel. Okay, and it's going to open it up, it's going to look like this, and this is where the fun starts. You can hit generate and you'll instantly get a full drum pattern of kicks, hats, clap, percussion, everything laid out. So this is the generate button, but this is the genre button and this is the length. So you could have it over 8 bars, you could have house and deep house, and you can click that button and it generates a drum loop. If you press play, it's done it within seconds. Now, I wouldn't stop here on this one. I keep generating until it generates something I like. I'd actually switch these ones on so it generates more layers. Just keep generating. Quite like that one. And just scroll through a few patterns until you find one that makes you groove, makes you move. You want something with energy, that groove that makes your head nod instantly. Remember, Drum Monkey gives you the structure, but you give it the soul, okay? And that's what's going to be happening with AI coming into play. It's going to give you structure and it's going to give you ideas, but you give it that human feel and that soul. So if we jump into Ableton's drum rack, you can actually drag the MIDI straight in and swap out a few samples. But before we do that, I just do want to perfect this drum loop that this little monkey's done. I really like what he's done here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lock all these instruments in. And then I want something else here, so I'm going to just press generate on this one. And then if I press the pattern, it's going to yeah, I like that percussion too. So I've locked that in. And then what you can do, if you like the pattern of this but don't necessarily like the sounds, there's a few options that you've got. So you can go here, you can do a little bit of sound design to the sound within Drum Monkey. Fatten up that kick. You can swap the kick out for a different kick but keep the pattern. You can just keep going and swapping out the different kicks. Probably prefer that kick. Or if you really like the pattern but you don't want to use any of their sounds, you want to use your own sounds from Splice or a sample pack, you can actually hold down MIDI combined, drop that MIDI in here, click no, drop that MIDI in here, and then it's going to bring up all the MIDI notes there, and then you can put your drum rack on there, add in all your sounds, and put all of these notes on your kick and whatnot, and then all your sounds from your drum rack that you've put in there have now programmed in here. So you've picked out your own sounds, but you're using the pattern from the drum monkey, and then that just stops creativity block. Obviously you're going to need to play around with that and make some tweaks, but that is how you can use your own drum library, your favourite kicks, claps, maybe your shaker that you've recorded yourself or what it might be. So that's how you can make it sound like you, but still use Drum Monkey to speed up the process and stop with creativity block. Or you can just get rid of that completely, and if you really like all the sounds and how it sounds here, you could just drag and drop the audio stems. So you just drag all, press command on your keyboard so it going downwards, drop, and you've got your full drum beat there ready to go. The loop region is on, so you can literally just extend that out, and then you've got your full drum beat there ready. I'm not going to recommend using this all the time. I think, you know, like it does make it easy. It is a bit of a shortcut, but it's not necessarily the most creative way to make music. And you know, you're in this because you're quite creative and you want to jam about and make something yourself. And you can use this to get past creativity block, make something quick. If you really have a great idea for something else which is really creative, like a vocal idea or a bass line idea, and you just want a drum beat in quickly, this is a good way to solve that. And if you're watching this thinking, okay, I'm getting it, but I still want help to take my tracks to that release ready level and I don't want to just be using Drum Monkey, I've got you. I do one-to-one music production, DJ mentoring, where we design your own sounds and create your tracks from scratch and get you signed to a respected label, get you out DJing in Ibiza. So if it's something that you want, click the link in the description to book in a free call with us, and we'll chat about your goals and next steps and map you out a road plan from A to B. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe to this video as well. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed this lesson, and I'll see you in the next one.